News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A Helena man has been held on $500,000 bail on a double homicide. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Tuesday, February 23rd, 2016. The sky's partly cloudy. We've got 23 degrees in Missoula. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by Transport Equipment, your headquarters for RV service maintenance and repair, located next to the Axemen. Call 541-9097. The state's top story today, 43-year-old Tillman Nungesser was charged with 2 counts of deliberate homicide in Lewis and Clark County Justice Court yesterday. Helena Police Chief Troy McGee said Nungesser used a shotgun to kill 2 brothers late Saturday night.
Basically, he took the shotgun to confront the 2 men that were shot and with the intent to shoot them, and admitted to shooting both of them, and then came back to his apartment and put the shotgun inside and waited for the police to arrive.
McGee said Nungesser also threatened a woman with the same shotgun.
He's been charged with 2 counts of deliberate homicide, 1 count of assault with a weapon. After he had shot the 2 males, he went into their apartment, and there was a woman in there, and he pointed the shotgun at her, and so that's where the assault with a weapon charges come from. And today, Judge Swingley set his bond at $500,000.
The victims were identified as 40-year-old Robert Mischler and 42-year-old William Mischler, who were slain in an apartment near the downtown area. Judge Karen Orzek took the unusual step of increasing and even doubling bail amounts requested by the state on 3 defendants who appeared via video from the county jail yesterday. Rory Osborne from Yuba City, California, was being held on several felony drug charges, as well as endangering the welfare of a child. Deputy Missoula County Attorney Celine Kepke asked for $50,000 bail.
Defendant was charged with possession with intent to distribute. He had over 4 pounds of marijuana. Possession of dangerous drugs including methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, and endangering the welfare of a child by exposing a 17-year-old boy he met in California to meth and methamphetamine paraphernalia.
Kepke had more information to relate to Judge Orzek.
Defendant's criminal history out of California is 35 cycles long. It begins in 1994 and runs through 2011. He spent years in prison mainly for drug offenses and parole violations. He's also a convicted sex offender. The reason for him being here was to sell marijuana and to establish a customer list he could mail marijuana to in the future.
Judge Orzek told Osborne that given his criminal history, she was setting bail at $100,000, twice the amount asked for by the state. A 20-year-old man from Bapachule, Arizona, was killed in a rollover crash in northwestern Montana. The Highway Patrol said the man was driving his pickup truck northbound on Badger Creek Road near Hart Butte early Sunday when it went off a ridge on a steep hill. The pickup rolled at least once. The man was thrown. He was taken to Blackfeet Community Hospital in Browning, where he was pronounced dead. No names have been released. A 35-year-old Gary Owen woman died and 2 other people were injured in a rollover crash on U.S. Highway 87 south of Lockwood. Highway Patrol Trooper Michelle Frost said the SUV went into a ditch at about 7:25 Sunday morning. It rolled and struck a tree before coming to rest on its wheels. A 21-year-old woman from Crow Agency and a 28-year-old man from Columbus were both injured after being thrown from the SUV. The victim remained in the SUV. She was pronounced dead after being taken to the hospital. Her name has also not been released. University of Montana campus still reeling from the untimely death of an 18-year-old student who fell from the Miller Hall building on Saturday. The death has since been ruled a suicide by the Missoula County coroner. Communications Manager Carrie Shimmick has more.
In the wake of a tragedy like this, there are counseling services available to any of our students. Our Curry Health Center offers walk-in counseling between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. every day. Additionally, counselors will be in Miller Hall in the lounge area today from 1 to 4 p.m., and then they'll also be available Tuesday and Wednesday this week.
There is also an after-hours crisis line that students can call at 1-800-273-TALK. Mike Milburn from the State Attorney General's office says the opening of a crime lab in eastern Montana has been pushed back due to contract negotiations and increased construction costs. The Independent Record reports that officials had expected the lab to be up and running by January. However, Milburn said Monday the facility may not open until April. The lab for testing and identifying drugs will be housed at the Billings Clinic, where construction work is still being done to accommodate the new facility and to make it more secure. Milburn says contract negotiations are taking longer than expected because the clinic is new to state leases. Yellowstone County Attorney Scott Tweeto said the new lab will help clear the backlog of cases at the lab located here in Missoula. The bill for the city of Missoula's eminent domain attempt to acquire Mountain Water Company continues to rise. Yesterday, City Councilor Harlan Wells said he'd already decided how he would be voting on further acquisition costs.
Generally speaking, on Monday nights, there's some expenses that go into the consent agenda, and whenever there's a mountain water one, much like Adam Hertz did, I separate the question and vote no on those just because I'm so against this whole mountain water acquisition, especially the way they've gone about it. And it looks like tonight we got another $184,688.72.
Wells said the amount voted on by City Council is only a portion of the overall cost.
What everybody needs to remember is that the legal fees that we keep seeing are only half of the battle. So this is going to put us to $5.4 million on the city side, and they're at least that on Mountain Water side. Now, some of that may not pass through, but most of it. So we're looking at a $10 million legal bill. What is that, 12 times greater than the mayor thought it would cost?
As has happened many times before, City Council approved the expenditures despite Wells' objections. At over $94,000, law firm Boone Carlberg received the largest payment, followed by Pekins Coy with over $75,000 and Datsopoulos McDonald and Lind with over $15,000 received. The first fish stocking of the season's underway. Lad Notek with Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks says rainbow trout are getting refilled in different waterways throughout Missoula as warmer temperatures continue melting ice into the rivers.
Western Montana, we typically only stock ponds and lakes because the rivers and streams are managed as wild trout fisheries, and particularly some of the smaller lakes in the valley bottom and the ones near urban areas like Missoula. Stock those every year. Those lakes and ponds get a lot of pressure, and they're pretty much sustained through stocking.
Notek said Frenchtown Pond, Beavertail Pond, and Harper's Lake get stocked several times a year, and spring is typically one of the times that occurs. The trout are brought in from the Jocko River Trout Hatchery that's located in Arlee. Finally, Glacier National Park has set a new record for the second straight year with more than 2.3 million visitors in 2015. The Missoulian newspaper reports the park ranks 10th among the country's national parks for most visitors last year. The figures released by the National Park Service, so Glacier came behind Yellowstone, which took 5th place and also set a new record in 2015 by surpassing more than 4 million visitors. Glacier's new record coincided with it welcoming its 100 million visitor last year in the park's 105-year history. Our news talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Patchy areas of fog this morning will give way to mostly sunny skies today with high temperatures in the mid-40s. Tonight, low temperatures drop into the teens. Highs will be close to the 50-degree mark with sunshine through the end of the week. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.